Okay, so I don't know how prepared everybody is, but if you are not currently prepared for all this bullshit I'm about to tell you, go ahead on and get relaxed because we got a lot we gotta go through.
We got a good thing. Don't know if I'ma see you again.
Hello everybody, my name is Amber and I am the Black Directioner. So it's another WOAH Wednesday where we talk about the things that are blowing up in our fandom. The least problematic person this week is Harry. So Harry hasn't really done much. I'm telling you, ever since Dunkirk, he just hasn't really been, he's been gone. So basically the only thing that we got was there was a guy who I guess he saw Harry or he met up with him or something, I don't know, but yeah, asked Harry to say like hello to like his daughters or something, you know, it was on camera. So that's the first time that we actually got to see Harry, you know, speak and talk and everything with his short hair, and it was really cool. He looked really good. That's about it. And then James Corden with his goofy ass had posted this photo, and Harry just liked the photo so much that he felt like he had to follow he had to follow it and like it instead of just liking it or something. But other than that, that's all I have with Harry. Surprisingly, that's honestly it. And so now we're going to move on to Louis. It's kind of funny to me that Louis is in the least problematic category, even though he had some pretty badass shit going on with him. Not in the good way badass, okay? So let me start off with this. First of all, he's still in LA, and these are just photos that he's gotten with some fans and everything. I wonder why they always catch him in the car. Why can't they ever catch him before then? And we have a recent photo of Freddie when he's laying down and sleeping and everything, looking so cute with his little monkey bear. Oh, so cute. So let me tell you a really big drama thing that's going on, okay? So I don't know if y'all know, which I'm pretty sure y'all do because I tell y'all this a lot. Brianna and Danielle are in just, it just kind of seems like they're in war, and it's crazy at how they're in war because whenever, I don't know if any of y'all remember, but I know that occasionally Brianna used to like post Snapchats of her like listening to One Direction music, but only Louis' song, like only Louis' part. Mainly, the main thing that I noticed is that she only does Story of My Life. I don't know what the fuck is up with that, but she only does that song, which is kind of weird. I guess that's her favorite song, but like, come on, we got 5 whole albums, that's your favorite song? Okay. But that's all just she does, you know? So after she had posted that, Danielle had posted one on her Snapchat of her singing Louis' part in the song Alive from their Midnight Memories album, and I was like, ooh. And then Brianna did another video of her doing Story of My Life, and then she had included Freddie in it, and girl, it was just crazy. Girl or boy, whoever I'm talking to, it was just absolutely ridiculous, okay, let me tell you. And I was just like, are they really high-key in battle? Like, just like it said that Brianna does still indeed want to be with Louis, clearly, because, you know, they have a whole child. In her mind, she's like, I want to be with the baby daddy. Like, duh. You know, why is he with some other bitch? You know, like, that's how I would be thinking. But, again, I just feel like she's just gonna have to get over it. I mean, I feel like he'd have moved on, and you shouldn't still be chasing somebody who just doesn't want you. So you should just move on yourself, you know? So now we finally have some Larry news that's going on, which is great because it kind of seems like we haven't had much going on too much, you know, unless you're like the really deep Tumblr kind of person who just knows everything. Which I used to be that person, but I don't really get on Tumblr that much anymore. Anyway, Louis' sister Daisy had posted these games that is in his house and was like, how do you play this, Louis? And everybody was like, okay, same floor, same wall, the Bears. So everybody's just like, so his sister high-key outed that he does the Bears, which if you didn't already know that, now you do. And it was just kind of like, bruh. You know, because it just seems like their entire family just be outing him without trying, and then it's just like, oh, sorry about it. But that's all I have with Louis, so now we're going to move to Liam. While I was actually editing WOAH Wednesday last week, he has officially changed his name from the real Liam Payne to just Liam Payne, as well as his Instagram. So it's just Liam Payne on both. And, you know, everybody didn't really take it too well. It was trending on Twitter, RIP fake Liam Payne. And I didn't like that because whenever I saw it, I kind of freaked out. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? But it was, you know, to me, it's just a fucking username. I'm just like, I mean, that's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to do, okay? He did recently post a photo also with his fine ass, talking about some long and successful day, finally home to relax. Are you ready to relax, sir? Because what else I have on you is that you've been in the studio just every single day, boy. So he's been recording probably a freaking masterpiece that I'm so excited to hear. And I can't wait until it's here. Like, come on, bring that ass. Honestly, his stuff might not come out until maybe the end of the year. Best case scenario, 2017. So, Trouble in Paradise, Cheryl Paranoid, Liam Payne's imminent solo success will leave her trailing in the background. The former X Factor judge has never dated anyone more famous than her, and she's struggling with the power dynamic. What I would like to say is that I already been told the entire world for months, ever since he's been dating Cheryl, that just something about it just wasn't right, you know, and that was up to you if you wanted to believe it or not. This is from The Mirror. The Mirror are trash, okay? You can't listen to the motherfucking Mirror. Another reason why you can't, especially with this crazy-ass, whack-ass story, is the fact that that's it. There's not like a whole article, like just that little bottom half part, that's it. There's nothing else. And I'm like, now it'd be different if you had like a whole article explaining, you know, where she was and when she said this and everything like that. But no, because you came up with this and you based it off of clues that fans have probably said, because you probably was watching my ass every Wednesday and was just like, this will make a really great headliner. Let me make it seem like Cheryl is just, you know, the meanest person in the world and doesn't want Liam to prosper, and because she's never dated anybody famous than her, like more famous than her. So, you know, again, this is another open to interpretation. Even if it is fake, I genuinely believe that will probably be something that she would say, because that's just how I see her. But, you know, don't listen to The Mirror. That's all I have with Liam. So now we're going to move on to Zayn. Okay, so with Zayn, good God. Zayn's shoe collection for, what is that, Gimpex Zayn? I don't know how to pronounce that. Launches January 2017. And it features 4 styles of boots. I'm assuming the boots are for men, but the boots are for men. Also, he's in the GQ magazine, and these were some of his photos. You guys, Zayn is so fine. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Who said that this was legal? I don't understand. Like, can you just fucking imagine that? God damn. I'm sorry. It was time. So supposedly, Zayn had got a 4 tattoo on his thumb, like the number 4. And people are like, oh my gosh, that's the same tattoo as Liam. And I'm just like, Liam trash. Okay, so let's talk about one of the most controversial things that has been happening. So I had saw the full video. Don't know where it's at right now. Can't help you. I saw the full video. And basically it says, one of the paps was like, you shouldn't have left One Direction. And some girl was like, come on, he's Zayn. He's not One Direction. Fuck One Direction. Love you. And then, like, Zayn was, like, smiling. So, the big controversy is between the fucking 1D stands and the fucking Zayn stands, which I hated. I hate the big-ass fight that we had, because at the end of the day, we was all in the same fandom at one point, you know? So, I just, ugh. Because, okay, the 1D stands was mad because Zayn had looked back and had smiled. At least in the photo, that's what it looks like. I saw the video, tried to figure out where it was, and he smiled. I guess he was really fast or whatever, and somebody was able to catch the photo part of it. I don't know. And, you know, so the 1D stands are mad about that. The 1D stands that don't like Zayn are mad about it, and they was just like, oh my gosh, that's so rude. How could you do something like that? Why would you smile at a comment like that? And then the Zayn stands are like, oh my gosh, he wasn't smiling at that, and the fan was only protecting him, and he wasn't smiling because they were saying this, and that about One Direction. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up, everybody. They kept asking him, you know, which, okay, I agree with the girl 50%, and I disagree with the girl 50%. What I agree with is that I felt like she should have told them to shut up, that he's not in One Direction anymore. You know, you guys, it's been a whole year. Why the fuck are you still talking about One Direction? You know, why are you telling him he shouldn't have left when he's making success? He's making progress. Now, it'd be different if he was, like, not doing nothing at all, or, like, if his music sucked and he wasn't on no charts or nothing, or none of that, then, yeah, that'd be different. Then I guess people would, you know, of course people would be yelling, well, you shouldn't have left One Direction in the first place, you know? But for him to be doing better than 1D right now, because, you know, they're on their break and everything, I just feel like you shouldn't be like, oh, you shouldn't have left One Direction. And then he's like, why? You know, because clearly I'm doing my own thing and I'm getting my shit done. So I feel her on that, because from a fan perspective, I think I would have said something like that too. However, what I disagree with is the fact that she said fuck One Direction, because that just, first of all, that just implied that she was just a major Zayn stan who only stands Zayn, who only stands Zayn. You guys, something is not right with me today. And, you know, like, she could give two fucks about One Direction and everything, which doesn't bother me. That's fine. But just like I said, I just feel like at the end of the day, all of us was in the fandom at least once, you know, all together at least one time at one moment in everybody's career. And so it just throws me off, because I feel like you shouldn't have had to say fuck One Direction. You just should have said he's Zayn. Let Zayn do him. Let Zayn do his own little thing, you know, and 1D do their own little thing or whatever. Stop comparing them. But no, for you to just say fuck One Direction, like, no, I'm not down for no shit like that. Maybe it's because I'm a 1D stan. Maybe it's because I don't like violence and shit like that. Maybe it's because you should be fair if you're gonna be, you know, talking about him. Now, it'd be different if he was never in the band, but the fact that he was in the band and you're saying fuck One Direction, I just feel like you're just saying fuck a piece of him, because that's still a piece of him. I don't give a damn what nobody gotta say, okay? That was the whole 5 years of his motherfucking life, okay? He's never gonna forget One Direction. So that's just how I feel about it. Not like, oh, One Direction made him or whatever. No. Okay, so I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit about this. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about or if y'all even know what's going on. But it was just like, you know, a 50-50 of me, and and I felt the same way whenever Zayn had first left and people were walking around saying, man, fuck Zayn, you know, One Direction is better without Zayn. And I was just like, no, you know, bitch, bye. You know, don't do that. You ain't gotta do all that. I just feel like you don't have to raise somebody up to bring somebody else down, you know. And so with this whole controversial thing, this says Zayn congratulated 1D for Drag Me Down music video, but they didn't say anything, only Liam. And Zayn said, proud of my boys, where were you guys when it happened? And they didn't even congratulate Zayn. And Zayn smiled because she was defending him. So don't judge him. So again, what I was saying is that a lot of Zayn stans and Wendy stans are really button heads in this category, because I was mad about that. I remember that, because I remember I was like, how come nobody's saying nothing back to him, because he really did like the single Drag Me Down, and he was the one who left, and that was whenever he was still trying to make peace with the rest of the boys, you know, and everybody else was just still kind of, you know, ashing away from it, except Liam, because Liam trash. Basically what they're saying is like, why was nobody mad whenever 1D didn't say nothing to Zayn, but whenever Zayn, you know, whenever something 1D related happens with Zayn that's rude and he doesn't say anything, then he gets mad, then he gets yelled at, and he gets, you know, ashed about and everything. Our fandoms combined, there's a lot of double standards in this whole situation, and it's stupid, and it shouldn't be like that. I genuinely believe that it shouldn't. The next thing the Mirror says, remember, they're trash. It says, Zayn Malik has revealed he's writing a book, and it's already causing controversy. So I had read this entire article. I'll link it down below if y'all want to read it. And it was kind of crazy, because half of it made me feel like, oh, the Mirror just came up with this and just wrote it down and made it seem like this is what Zayn said. But then the other half of it sounded like something that Zayn actually said. You know what I mean? So it was kind of confusing. But again, Mirror is trash, so just don't trust them at all. But these are just a couple parts from it. Zayn's apparently going to tell the truth about his time in One Direction, detailing the wild reality behind the young band's sweet image. I'm not saying that I'm not going to read it, because I do want to know the small stuff like that. But it's just like, you're not going to, I just don't think something like that is exposing One Direction. Now, what's exposing One Direction is you being like, I was in a relationship with Liam for 5 years. And Louis and Harry have been together for 5 years. Until it starts getting to that level, I don't want to hear it. Which is why I feel like a lot of it is trash. Other than that, that's all I have with Zayn. So now we're going to move on to, who are we moving on to? Niall. Again, if you don't have Niall on Snapchat, you need to get Niall on Snapchat. And then here's a couple of him with fans, because Niall's just the bestest. Niall in the studio today. So I was like, Niall in the studio? What? And this was basically a video of him playing the piano. So I have found this, and it says, I've recently met and worked with Niall Horan from One Direction, and will be working with him a bit on his solo record from Scott Harris. When I tell y'all, I was so shocked to hear that Niall is doing a solo record. I was like, my baby wants to prosper. So basically, Niall is going to be having a solo album as well, which is, it's actually getting really exciting. So the only person we're waiting on is Louis. So, whoa. Okay, so about this whole Nui fiasco on Twitter. He had tweeted saying, "Time to change my number, getting some disgusting stuff on WhatsApp. Losers." And then Niall had said, "Me too, mate. Horrific, some of the things people are saying." And then Louis said, "Maybe we should challenge them to a rap battle and destroy them in 64 bars." It was just crazy because I was just like, what are you talking about, a rap battle? What's that got to do with you getting some hate, boy? What are you talking about? Whenever Louis had said that back to him, I was like, okay, they're definitely drunk as fuck. So then Ben Winston had commented, talking about some good idea. Then we can put it on Drop the Mic, new show coming to TBS Network. So I'm not 100% sure if they were really getting some problems on WhatsApp or if they were just trying to build it up to promote the fact that there's going to be a new show or the fact that they might be on this new show. I don't know. I don't know what was going on with that. But hopefully it was just something to promote and they actually weren't getting no kind of hate because... Yeah, everybody, so that's all I have for y'all today. That was it. Like, it wasn't necessarily drama-filled, but it wasn't necessarily mild either. Hope everybody has an awesome Wednesday. If there's anything that I had missed or if there's anything that you think I will miss next week, remember that you can always DM it to me on my Instagram or you can tweet it to me on my Twitter, which they will be down below. Be sure to follow those if you want to. And I will surely see you all next time. Remember to keep your head up and smile and always know that somebody has your back. Bye!
And then we fly away, and we ain't running out of fuel. I'm running off of you, I'm running off of you.